Oh, hey guys, it's Matt here. Welcome back. This is my FeiyuTech A2000 gimbal. I would like to thank the company for sending this out to me, and I'm going to do a review of it. I think it's pretty awesome. I've always wanted one of these, and I'm going to show you some smooth shots in this video as well as the review, and I'm going to go over pretty much everything there is to know about it, so stay tuned. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe before we begin, but without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so first of all, the gimbal comes in two parts, so the handle does detach from the main body, and the handle is the bit which has all the controls, the joystick, and stuff like that, and it contains the battery pack as well. At the bottom of the handle you have a thread, so you can screw this onto a tripod. There's 3 different places you can attach it to. Now if you unscrew the bottom of the handle, you have 2 batteries in here. They last a very long time, they take a few hours to charge up, and you get 2 extra ones in the box as well, which are inside this little charging block. Now you simply plug this in via micro USB and it takes around 2 or 3 hours to charge up. In the gimbal, they state it lasts 6 hours. I haven't tested it for 6 hours straight, but it's never died on me and I was in and out using it throughout the whole week, and I never really had a problem. Now the handle simply clips in using the pins, and then you simply twist it and it screws together. It's pretty straightforward, and it's actually really good for fitting it in your bag and stuff. You can simply take it off. Now in terms of attaching your camera to the gimbal, it comes with this quick release plate. It's got a bunch of different holes in the bottom and a bunch of different positions, so you can pretty much get it how you want it, and it will fit any camera with the standard tripod mount screw. You also get this little attachment for the front, which will secure the lens, so it just makes it that tad bit more stable, and it prevents the lens from moving. You still can zoom in and out, it just prevents it from wobbling forwards and backwards when you're moving the gimbal around really fast. I think that's actually pretty smart. But when it's attached to this hot plate, it's super sturdy. Don't worry about anything. And then to attach it, it simply slides in. It will lock in place even though it's still moving forwards and backwards. There is a release pin you need to hold down in order to fully remove it. And then underneath you have these 2 screws. One controls your left and right movement and forwards and back. So you use this in order to get the camera in the right position in order to balance it correctly. Now in terms of adjusting the gimbal, there is a lot of different settings in order to manipulate the camera in order to get it balanced. Pretty much what you want to do is you want to get the camera almost stable, so it almost looks like it's working without power. So that way when you turn it on, it's going to use less power for the motors, and it's just not going to vibrate and jump all over the place. So basically once you've got it like this, you're ready to go. And now once it's turned on, as you can see, it's very smooth. You can pan left and right using the handle, and it will actually move the camera slowly in that direction. You can lift the handle all the way up so it's actually over the top of the camera. This is really cool if you want to get a low shot, and it's also easier to hold. But on the standard mode, it will keep the camera pointing forwards. You can pan left and right, but if you move the handle up and down or around the side, it will keep the camera fixed in the same position. There's also another mode so that it will actually follow your tilt. So if you tilt the handle back and forwards, the camera will follow that as well as your left and right directions. If you're curious about selfie mode, if you triple click the button, it will actually rotate the camera all the way around to face you. This is actually pretty cool if you want to get some over the shoulder shots or you just want to vlog, then this is a pretty good way of doing it. But I'm really impressed with the gimbal so far. Obviously it's not perfect in terms of stabilizing, and you are going to have to actually put some effort in as well as the gimbal in order to get good shots. You can't expect to just walk down the street holding this and it's going to look perfect. You do need to, position yourself right, hold it right, practice with it, and eventually you will get there with terms of balancing the gimbal and getting the perfect shot you want to get. Now something I really like is there's actually a little connector at the bottom here, so you can actually plug your camera into the gimbal and use the gimbal as a shutter to start recording and stuff like that. You also have a little port at the top of the gimbal, so the wire doesn't have to stretch from the handle, and that will actually connect into your camera using one of the adapters given, and then that will actually allow you to use the shutter, but without the wires getting in the way. There's a button on the back, and if you hold that down, it will actually lock the camera in position so you can move anywhere with the gimbal and it will permanently look in that direction and won't adjust. In the box you get this mini tripod. This is actually really good. It's not metal or anything, it's really hard plastic. Reminds me of something like the Manfrotto one, but you can attach it to one of the 3 screw holes, and it's actually pretty good if you just want to put the gimbal down. And you can also download the app for iOS or Android, connect to the gimbal, and you can actually use the joystick from your phone. The app doesn't really do that much. You can do everything without the app with just the gimbal, but it just gives you that little remote control if you want to move away from it. Something that's absolutely amazing is it comes with this hard case with foam inside, and it can actually fit the gimbal perfectly in terms of like slotting in. You have this little protector cover, and in the lid it comes with a bunch of different adapters as well as a velcro strap so you can actually hold it together. Now the adapters, there's 3 different ones. It depends on which camera brand you have. I've never seen the first one. Second and third one are the ones that I'm going to use for my cameras, for the Canon camera and for my GH4. With mine, I actually got a 32GB SD card as well. Not too sure if it always comes like that, but pretty happy I got that. But anyway guys, it holds up to 2.5 kilograms in weight, that's the payload, and that's pretty much all I have to say about it. So here's some test footage for a couple of minutes at the end of the video, but I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Peace out guys.